Hey everyone, so October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month, and in this video I would like to share with you a little story. It's going to be a brief one because that's all it is just a small story. It's going to be the first time I had ever passed out completely due to dysautonomia. This incident occurred when I was 10 years old, and it was before I was actually diagnosed with dysautonomia. Dysautonomia is an autonomic nervous system condition that causes your blood pressure and heart rate to go haywire due to a nervous system malfunction of the autonomic nervous system. And so that's what dysautonomia is. Dysautonomia has different forms of dysautonomia. They include orthostatic hypotension, which is low blood pressure, orthostatic hypertension, which is high blood pressure, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is an increase in heart rate of so many beats per minute when you're upright or standing. Okay, orthostatic means like you're standing or like you're in position. Orthostatic means like you're laying there and then you get up and you feel, lightheaded or dizzy. That's the best way I can describe it. Those are usually the symptoms of dysautonomia, and in actuality, it's your blood pressure that may be dropping when you're standing, or it's your heart rate that may be increasing when you're standing, or whatever that makes you feel that way. And this has caused me to pass out multiple times in my life. Generally, I don't usually pass completely out. Most of the times I get lightheaded when I stand up. This may be similar to those that actually get lightheaded from standing too quickly. If you can imagine what that feels like, that's kind of like how dysautonomia works. But yeah, I've had mine actually being triggered not necessarily by standing up too quickly, but if I'm like standing in one spot for like way too long, I have passed out from that. And this is what this brief story is going to be about, okay? Is when I have triggered dysautonomia from standing too long, way too long in one spot. So stay tuned. Okay, this incident happened when I was 10 years old. I was going to church, okay, at the time. And I would attend Sunday school. I attend Sunday Mass afterwards or whatever. This incident happened in church, and it was during which we were standing for long periods of time, and holding a candle, okay? I was holding a candle. And to this day, I do not even know what ever had happened to that candle because I passed out while I was holding it. Yeah. That messed up and that crazy. I could have burnt the church down. Who knows? I don't even know what had happened at the time to the candle to this day when the incident had occurred. So I was standing there for a really long time, and I suddenly had an onset of symptoms. It came on to me without warning, so I was unable to act immediately and to lay down to reduce the symptoms. So when that happens, and I don't get the feeling like I feel like I'm gonna pass out, to do it to kind of like prevent it from happening. This happened so quickly that I wasn't able to really act on that, and I ended up fully passing out when I was in church holding a candle. And to this day, I never knew what exactly had happened to the candle at all. So I woke up, I was on the floor. I had scrape under my chin because I had hit my head off of something, or even like the floor. I had a scrape under my chin at the time from hitting my head. So the ambulance had came to church and had picked me up when I was 10 years old and had taken me to the hospital. I believe they did like a CAT scan to make sure my head was okay because I hit my head off of something. They wanted to make sure that was okay, among other things. And as a result, everything checked out fine and I was released to go home. But that is my brief story of the first time I lost complete consciousness due to the condition and passing out. And this was actually before I was diagnosed in 2007. And by the time I was diagnosed in 2007, I only had that one incident where I had fully and completely passed out. After I was diagnosed, I had more incidences of it. But I still wouldn't completely pass out as often, but I do have a history of it, passing out multiple times. So with that being said, yeah.